Your dog get fish butt? You know what
I don't know what that is. No, I don't know what that is. What is
the
that?
glands in their butt are filled up. They get like
with fish?
Dogs get no. It's like poop residue or something like that. It gets stuck in. They have glands in their butt, and sometimes they have to get their glands expressed at like the vet and everything.
Okay.
And by express, I mean squeezed.
Squeezed.
Yeah.
Man, how would you like that job? You wanted to be a vet so you could help little critter animals and stuff like that because you love them so much. And what are you doing? You're pretty much a butt pimple popper. You're pretty squeezing glands to get the juices out.
You have your finger in a dog's butt all day long. I know. Man. It's not really. But apparently the like dogs feel great afterwards. So.
It's like people who go into medicine and then, because they want to help people and want to make them feel better, and then they find out that they're pretty much just disimpacting bowels all day long. That's all what they do. You know your boy Dana, you know that's what he does.
Cleaning bedpans, yep. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You want to go with a clockwise motion. Clockwise.
That's what I hear. Yeah. That's what I hear.
Yeah. Go with the grain. Don't go against the grain.
Never against the grain.
Right.
Not that we would know that.
It's like when you go into ministry. You go into ministry because you love the Lord and you want to tell people about Him. And then they suck all the fun out of that by putting you in endless committee meetings and political nonsense and that sort of thing.
Hey,
good times.
You didn't realize that you were signing up to be like, you know, the person that makes the bulletins. And every time there's a misspelled word in there, you're
gonna hear about it.
Yeah. You're gonna hear about it.
You get hate mail because you forgot to include who donated the flowers that are presented in the sanctuary.
If you miss, it doesn't matter if you like say you had 6 people proof something, and you still and they miss it, you're still gonna get yelled at because you didn't get it proofed properly. And you're like, well, you should have come to me. I'm like, well, I'm sorry, I gave it to 6 people and nobody said a thing. I'm sorry that well, you should have brought it to me. All right. Welcome to the show, everybody. That's right. It's your 2 favorite facially blessed individuals aiming to misbehave. That's right, folks. It's the goats of podcasting, the 2 bearded preachers. And thank you so much for joining us on this evening.
They are super happy to be listening in on our conversation today, Justin. I just know it.
Yes. I think it's going to be a great conversation about randomness of our life and the hijinks of 2 facially bearded, blessed individuals.
Yeah, and maybe we'll even talk about the stuff we're doing for Easter this year. Who knows?
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Yeah.
We might have to talk about that next week.
Well, it's good to have a plan, I suppose.
Yeah.
Now, last Sunday was the 2nd. Did you forget the donuts?
No. What happened was I saw they were coming up on a Saturday and realized I'd forget on a Saturday. And so I set another reminder for Friday, and I went and I did it.
Good.
Then.
I'll tell you what, man. The Saturday, don't tell me anything I need to know, because I am not going to remember it. Saturday is brain shutdown day. Woo. Not operating.
I shut down from Friday to Saturday.
Yeah.
Well, it's just hard, too, because sometimes I have to go to a place for grace. Yeah. I have to turn my brain back on for about an hour and a half. And
unacceptable.
It is. You want to hear something funny?
I do.
So I'm doing this devotion at a place for grace, okay? April Fool's Day. Okay?
All right.
April Fool's Day. So I go like this. I walk in and I go, I say, hey, I just want you guys to know how much I love you all. And I said, and I care for you. Because today is April Fool's Day. And I actually thought about messing with you all. I was gonna go ahead and be like, all right, I got a special prize for the winner of what we're gonna do next. This is what we're gonna do, all right? And whoever does the most push-ups in a minute wins a special prize. And then have you all have people do it. And whoever, they're gonna be all hot and sweaty and tired. Their arms are gonna be hurting. They're gonna do 100 push-ups and everything. And they come up together a special prize. And I was just gonna go, April Fools! Ha ha! Gotcha! And so I tell him, I said, I was going to do that, but I love you, so I'm not going to do that. And I just stopped on I stopped in a pause, and I'm holding. I got my hand underneath my arm like this. I said, "Instead, we're gonna draw straws for it." And I hold out my hand full of straws. All right, who wants to go first? If you draw the short straw, you win the special prize. And some dude's all like, "And I don't have a special prize, okay?" Right. And some dude's all like, "Ooh, ooh, ooh." I just told him I didn't have one. Some dude goes, "Ooh, ooh," and I go, and I'm like, "Seriously, man?" I'm kind of like sitting there like, "Really?
Okay.
All right, go for it." He pulled it, and he pulls it out, and I go, "Surprise, you're all the same size." And then I go like this, and I go, "Somebody," and I said, "Is there a special prize or not?" Like, I kind of like voiced them, and, I said, there's not a special prize, guys. It's a joke.
It's an April Fool's joke. You understand?
Yeah.
April Fool's.
Yeah. So that took all of 30 seconds, okay?
Yeah.
And then I did my devotion, which maybe took another 2 minutes. All right, that's not long at all.
No.
Okay. While I'm talking, two of my volunteers, Donald noticed it and my buddy Wayne noticed it. But while I was talking, there is a lady to my right, kind of a little bit behind me because I take a step up and I'm kind of talking to everybody, kind of almost in the middle, doing this. Making hand motions like I talk too much. And the lady sitting next to her is like nudging her to stop. Like, stop that. And then this other dude's like, "You need to listen to the message." And I didn't know the entire time. And then Donald came up and told me. I was like, "You gotta be kidding me." He was, "No."
So they got the April Fool on you.
And that one lady. And I said, "Well, that's all right, because I recognize that lady. And the next time I stand up there, I'm going to go, 'Don't worry, I won't talk too much.'" And I do the hand thing right in her face. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
You should.
I'm gonna, man.
You should not restrain yourself in this area.
No, I should go for it.
Flappy in the face.
Flappy.
She'll like it.
She will. She'll enjoy it.
She'll think it's funny.
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, you're talking about me. I mocked you last time." I said, "That's okay. I mocked you guys today, so whatever."
Man, during the devotional?
During the devotional, man, like, it was pretty good. I thought it was a pretty good one,
Yeah, made all the better by the lady behind you mocking you. That makes it even better.
Yeah. Whatever.
I didn't do any April Fool's stuff at all.
Yeah.
I did fall for an April Fool's joke that said that Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather had finally decided on a fight date.
Oh, yeah?
I fell for that. And I was like, yeah! Who do you think would win? Conor McGregor.
In a boxing
Floyd.
match?
Boxing, yes.
Mayweather.
Me too.
Dude,
I think
there's no way that Conor can keep up the hand speed. Yeah.
He's just run him in the ground. That's Mayweather's thing. He just runs you. The
Dude.
guy's got endurance like nobody in the world. It's insane.
Yeah. But, I mean, Conor has really good endurance too. But the thing is, he can't keep up the speed of the fist of Mayweather. Okay? Because Conor, like, the reason why, like, if it was an MMA fight.
Oh, yeah. Well,
he's destroyed.
Yeah.
Because he'll just kick him right in the face. And he'll take him to the ground, and he'll beat him senseless. Like, if that's the case. In a boxing match, he's got no shot, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If he wins, it's going to be, oh, crap, we'll never hear the end of it. That's why I don't want him to win, because I can't stand Conor McGregor.
What?
I don't.
That guy's hilarious.
Hilariously stupid.
Yeah, that's why he's so funny.
I can't believe how much everybody likes him.
I think he's so funny.
I think he's an idiot.
Yeah, that's why he's so funny. He's so stereotypically Irish. It's great.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. He's a caricature. It's fantastic.
Can't do it.
But that's the April Fool's joke that I fell for. I didn't participate this year. Maybe I should have.
You know the one I fell for? Chris Jericho.
I don't know.
Chris Jericho. It's WrestleMania weekend, the biggest night, the biggest weekend for WWE. Like, it's their
Royal
Super
Rumble?
Bowl. No, WrestleMania.
Okay, I didn't know.
It's not this. It's a two different. It's a different thing. Okay. Yeah, it's totally different.
The Royal Rumble is like the second.
It's like best? Leads up to it. It leads up to it, pretty much. So, anyways, it's like the Super Bowl of WWE. It's like the biggest show of the year. Okay.
Okay.
And they always hold it in like an outdoor arena because they get so many people. and Jericho was on the card, the main event, not the main event, but like on the main card.
Mm-hmm.
And like 2 days on Saturday, he posts a picture of his ankle all bruised up and swollen. Mm-hmm. Doctor says I can't fight this weekend. And everybody's like, oh man, that really stinks. He's got everybody. He's like, gotcha, ha, suckers, April Fool's Day, suckers, ha. And I was like, dude, that was really good. That was really good. Because it was like a second. I was like, dude, that really stinks. And then I sat there and I was like, wait a second. And then, I was like, that's a good one.
Oh, I also fell for a podcast. One of the ones that I listen to is called Doctrine and Devotion. They talk about churchy stuff. But anyway, I was listening to that, and they said, we think that the discipline of silence is a lost discipline among modern Protestants. Don't you think so? Oh, yeah, I think so. Don't you? Isn't that true? Yeah, it's definitely true. So let's go ahead and let's give it a try. And then it was like a minute and a half of talking, and then 45 minutes of dead air.
Dude, that is fantastic.
And I sat there listening to that for a minute, and I was like, is somebody calling me? I had to grab my phone, because I plugged my phone into the thing.
Really good. That is really good.
And I totally fell for it. And then I listened.
Dude, that was the topic of my sermon this last weekend.
What, silence?
Silence. Yeah.
Did you go up there and say, silence is golden, and then just stand there and look at them for 30 minutes?
No, I did not do that. I didn't do that. I did start off by miming my sermon.
So you did do the mime joke.
I did. I was like, I just had like 3 points that popped up right in a row. And the 3 points were, shh, be quiet, and stop talking. And I like mimed them all. Yeah, I mimed them all. And and nobody said a word the entire time. Like they were as silent as could be. And I just did those 3 points. And it took all of like 20 seconds. And I just look at everybody and I go, man, y'all actually did a lot better than I thought you were going to do. And
how hard was it for you to be quiet?
It was really hard. But and then afterwards I said, I told my buddy Martin that I was going to think about miming the whole sermon. And he said, that's a great idea. And I thought to myself, yeah, if I was him, I'd say the exact same thing, because I want to see him fail, because that's what friends do.
That is true.
That's exactly what you're doing to me. I knew what you were doing.
I think you can get away with it. You can get away with all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could get away with it, because I'm just not that good at mime. Just interpretive motions aren't really my thing. Yeah. So
I have really good facial expressions.
Yeah. A good eyebrow control. I do have.
Yeah.
Very expressive.
I have very rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Right there. But, hey, have you?
I can smell what he's cooking.
Can you smell what he's cooking?
Absolutely.
Have you ever heard of an environmentalist hippie named John Francis?
No. Is he related to The Rock?
No. Unfortunately, no. But he's like an environmental hippie that he, in order to, he did he did some protests and then he basically for 17 years didn't say a word. He didn't speak for 17 freaking years.
Why not?
And the reason why was this. It was 1971. He saw 2 oil tankers collide in San Francisco Bay. And it just was a horrible, devastating thing. And he was, guys like real big on the environment and everything, which is cool, whatever. I like the environment too. Yay, environment. And so he took it to heart, and he made a joke saying, hey, I don't think I'm ever going to ride in a car again. What if I didn't ride? And it was kind of like a passing joke. 6 months later, one of his close friends passes away. And he thinks to himself, I need to just stop talking about stuff. I need to actually do something. I'm not gonna ride in cars. And any automobile, anything that uses oil, I'm not gonna ride in. Oil, gasoline. And
so it was a consistent environmental.
So he starts walking everywhere.
Yeah.
And I guess this goes on for 2 years or whatever. And so he always thought, he said he had an overinflated sense of not purpose, but importance of himself. And he thought, he had starting off, I thought that if I just did this, everybody immediately would follow me. And it didn't happen. Instead, everybody would like ask him like, hey, why are you walking around? And he explained to them, it's to raise awareness for the environment. And then they said, no, you're not. You're doing it to make us feel bad and look bad. And then he said it would always start a fight. It would always start an argument. And he always found himself arguing with people like horribly everything. He would always just fight with people about the environment. He found himself yelling and screaming about the environment. And then on his birthday in 1973, he decides, you know what? I'm going to give my community a gift. And the gift of not talking for 24 hours. Mm-hmm. And so he doesn't talk for 24 hours. Kind of likes it. Feels at peace with it. Mm-hmm. Feels like he kind of pays more attention and learns more, was learning kind of a little bit more. He's like, I'm going to do it another 24 hours. And he kept doing it another 24, another 24. Next thing you know, 17 years, he didn't say a word. And and his dad was all like, listen, you're going to have to start riding in cars and you're going to have to start talking if you're going to do anything in life. Yeah. And he just shrugged his shoulders, picked up his backpack and his banjo, started walking.
Right, because you need the banjo.
Everybody knows you need a banjo. And
it's one of the most expressive of the stringed instruments.
Yeah, and he ends up getting 3 college degrees.
Okay.
Without speaking. 3 college, right. Gets his PhD.
How did he defend it?
Dude, listen. I mean, he would write stuff. You know? Doesn't say a word. He ends up teaching a class in the at the University of Wisconsin. Funny enough, it's a discussion class. He doesn't use words the entire time, And so he does all this, and it's interesting that he comes to a point where he goes, listen, I guess he said, I learned so much from not speaking. I learned so much about myself. I learned so much about other people, and I learned so much about the environment. And then he said, there came a point in time where I realized if I'm going to make more of a difference, it's time for me to speak up. Which the illustration for me was the Ecclesiastes verse where it says there's a time to be silent and a time to speak. Mm-hmm. And so only when he was silent did he know when there was a time to speak, and that was kind of the whole point of it's kind of a pivotal point in our series and everything like that. We tend to kind of think everything we have to say is important, and we always have to. We know it all, and we have to say it all. Which is like us because we freaking record our voices and put it out.
I was going to say, I don't even know what you're talking about, bro.
Come on, we're like and I said it. I said, I'm like the worst there is. I talk. Bro, I don't know about you, Martin, but do you talk to yourself?
All the time. That's the best way to think.
Dude, I talk to myself constantly. And so, this is what I'm going to do, on Friday. Because typically I'm not, it's my day off. I'm not saying a word all day Friday. I'm going to be in silence. I'm just going to try to see what happens. And I'm not going to talk for 17. I'm going to preach sermons without talking for 17 years, man.
All right. Let's see how well you'll either have the biggest church in the world or get fired in a couple of weeks. Sure. I'm not sure. One of those two things is going to happen. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. I like the illustration, Well, like I said, the guy's a total hippie, but it's actually really interesting how 17 years he doesn't speak, and he realizes, in order to make a difference, I need to speak up.
All right. I got a question, though.
Yeah.
You said that you only know when to speak when you've been silent.
No, that's what he said.
That's what the guy said.
Yeah.
Do you know is the converse also true? Where you only know when to be silent if you've been running your mouth all the time?
Yes. That's more of the biblical, the shut your mouth, shut your mouth.
Because concept. If that's true, you and I might know when to keep silent because we run our mouths constantly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we might be good. We might end up at the same place just coming from the opposite direction as this hippie. You know what I'm saying?
True.
We could get there.
True, we could get there. So, but no, it was when I was doing the kind of studying and preparing for the sermon, it was really kind of interesting, about, certain things. I read this article about this guy he made kind of an observation that our daily literary response it used to be reading, like, reading the newspaper or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
People would pick up, but over the last 50 years, it's steadily changed to where writing has become our main literary response daily. And the idea that the only time we read anything is in order to give our opinion, in order to say something. Like, we all have to say something. We all think our voice is important. We all think we have a lot to say. And so writing has become much, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, dude, that's actually right. With social media, with blogs, with free publishing that you can do for a book on like Amazon for minimal costs, everybody becomes an author. Anybody and everybody. And I'm like, dude, he's kind of right, man. Even yours truly.
I was going to say, how are your book sales these days? You sold any books recently?
I sold like 2 books last year.
Hey, man, you sold 2 more than me, buddy. That's a significant significant increase.
You didn't write any books, so.
No, I didn't. But I have written some dirty limericks, and they are being very well received. So there's that.
Yeah, I think we
should go.
Just
kidding.
I think we should go ahead and make a book. There was this book called Stuff, but it wasn't stuff. It was something else. It was a bad word. Stuff my dad says, and it was just all these horrible things his kid's dad would say when his dad would tell him growing up, like the worst things in the world, like the worst advice, like biggest dad fail ever. Yeah. And I was thinking, man, we should do that. Called Stuff Your Pastor Says. We can make a lot of money that way. So,
oh my goodness! Yeah.
So I told somebody this one time.
Is that the point of writing a book? Making money?
I thought, or I don't know.
Because I would.
It used to be.
I would
now
think
it's
that you
just
would,
not.
Yeah, my guess would be that most people who write books don't make any money at it.
Oh no!
And
they're making even less now because there's so many people doing it.
Right. And there's only so much that folks will read.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
What book are you reading right now? Are you reading a book right now?
No, not right now. I gotta jump back into something here in the next week or so. So I've been reading a lot of blogs lately. So that's been my daily thing of reading like different Christian blogs and everything. So that's what I've been. That's where
You're reading Challies.
I do like Challies. Challies is he's legit. One of the reasons why I like him is because he uses other blogs and he'll post other blogs to his. He'll write his own stuff, but then he posts his other blogs too, and I really like Challies because of that.
Yeah. So. Do you know how that guy got so popular?
How?
He blogged every day. He blogs every single day.
Really?
He posts, every day. And man, I don't have the self-discipline for all that.
I keep saying I want to blog every week. Mm-hmm. And then I do it once, and then I forget for like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I probably should try, and even if it's like something short and stupid, I need to just start doing it again. Just
to get in the habit of writing
just get in the habit, because like what if I did like it didn't always have to be because this is the thing, like we don't always have like these really deep thoughts every single day. I don't, at least.
No.
Like very, very. Most of the time, my stuff is really simplistic and actually more funny than anything.
If I get a deep thought, I like to stick with it for a while.
Yeah.
It's just like, let's chew on this for a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
go with it.
And so, like, I'm just wondering how you like come up with something every single day to do. Like,
I don't know, man. Some people are just talented. They're just able to do that.
Maybe that should be something I should try to do. Is like just blog something every single day, even if it's something stupid like, ate a lot of bananas today. Really liking bananas. I do. I actually really do like bananas.
Welcome to intermission. Intermission.
I went to the store for a banana today. Not a single banana in the entire place.
Are you
very
kidding?
Frustrating.
That
I
is
bought
very
an apple instead.
Apple? I have an apple and a banana at least every day.
Really?
Yeah, man. I love it. Feels
You're
so
turning
good.
into a healthy guy.
Yeah. It's. I actually feel really good. Like,
good.
Really, this whole fruit thing is really revolutionary for me, Martin.
Yeah? Is this the most fruit you've ever eaten?
Yeah. The most bananas
I've
I've ever
food
eaten.
for you?
Yeah. Most bananas and apples I've ever eaten in my entire life. And I had some cantaloupe yesterday, too.
Oh, cantaloupe's good.
Cantaloupe is good. And so, but yeah, been doing a lot of that. Maybe I'll just start blogging little things that don't make any sense. Or just things I think are funny.
Yeah.
But sometimes, alright. Sometimes the things I think are funny, but are a little mean.
All humor comes from pain.
Exactly.
So it's all good.
And I really feel like I will... No, I don't think so. After this whole this whole series that I've been doing about watching your tongue, probably not a good idea to just post mean things.
You could use a different name. Like, don't do it as Justin's Aimless Thoughts. Do it as something else entirely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could.
That'll start writing for Church Curmudgeon. Just sending that stuff to him. You read that guy? That guy's funny, man.
Church Curmudgeon? That sounds like me right now.
It's like an Instagram feed or a Twitter feed or something like that. It's just a guy complaining from a crotchety old man perspective about anything going on.
Oh man, I would get along with that guy great.
Oh man, he's hilarious.
I'm like super grumpy lately.
Yeah?
Yeah, man. The closer I get to 40,
you just turn into a grouch, huh?
I am. I said it on Sunday. I said that, I'm getting closer to 40, and I found myself really grumpy. And Faye starts laughing out loud. I was like, what? She just starts laughing. She's like, she is. He's very grumpy. I am. Very grumpy.
Why so grumpy, Justin? What's going on?
No, nothing's wrong. That's the thing. Nothing's wrong. I'm just like,
everything's going good. There's
just little things that bother me.
Sour, huh?
Yeah, little things that bother me, like teenagers' voices. Just things like that, and the way people drive. It just
the way they look.
Yeah, sometimes that look in that guy's face in Starbucks today, and I just...
They stand too close to me.
You know what? That happened to me today.
Someone was standing close to you?
Oh my gosh, man. I don't know what is going on. And I'm standing there waiting very patiently, mind you.
Oh, yes.
Very patient.
Because you're not grumpy at all.
I am grumpy. And in my mind, I'm thinking, man... Y'all need to hurry up. How hard is it to order freaking coffee, man? Order your coffee, move out of the way. That's what I want to say. But I didn't say it, Martin. You know why I didn't say it?
Because you're just preached a sermon on watching your tongue, and you figure you better execute on that?
Exactly. So I shut my mouth, and I practiced the art of silence, okay?
Wonderful.
And there I am standing there, and they're just taking forever, and I'm just getting madder and madder, but I don't say nothing. And then this lady turns around and just gets probably a cup, just really, not real close into my face, but probably a couple feet away from me.
Just too close.
And just stares right into my eyes. And I just do this. I just look to the left like this, and I look up. And then I just kind of glance back because it's really awkward. She's still staring. And then I look away again thinking... What is this lady doing? This is really weird. And she just stood there for a good 15, 20 seconds. What is that?
15 or 20 seconds is a long time of somebody staring. Obviously, she wanted to speak to you. What did she want to talk about?
I don't know. But I was just stop looking at me like that. That got me mad. That made
Stop looking at me, Swan.
Yeah. It's got me a little grumpy, But I was just like, man, this is my own personal space. Yeah. I appreciate it. If you didn't listen, you've already violated my time for getting my coffee here, and I need to get my coffee because I'm very grumpy without it. You've already violated that, and now you're violating my space. How dare you? How dare you,
sir?
Lady, it was a lady.
Madam,
madam, how dare you, madam, violate my space and my time.
Violate your gaze. She violated your line of sight.
It was weird. I just kind of did. I just said she looks right in and she's like this, like that, like she went to go say something. Her eyebrows both raised, mouth kind of open, and I'm like, but she didn't say anything. She just did this.
Maybe she was going in for the kiss.
And I was like,
Maybe she wanted a little sugar for that coffee.
No, man. Well, first of all, I ain't got no sugar. I'm all sour. I'm all sour, remember?
I'm too grumpy.
I'm too grumpy. I'm all sour.
No sweetness here.
Yeah, and so, grumpy old man here. That's me. So.
As long as you know.
Yeah.
What is causing this grumpiness? You don't know?
Just age,
just in
man.
general?
I think it's just age.
Are you gonna come out of it, though?
I don't know. Like, here's the thing. When I was younger, I had an anger issue. You know, like I just flip at the drop of nothing. You know, I would yell, I'd scream, I'd just go crazy. And then I chilled out. Probably around when I started having kids, I chilled out. And now I'm closing in on 40. You know, probably like right around 28, I start chilling out a little bit. Like, whatever. And then I start closing in on 40, and I'm not like super angry. I'm not angry at all. I'm really not. Just grumpy. Bruh. Yeah. And I'm thinking to myself, this is what my dad, this is Jim. I'm like, this is an early onset Jim. My stepdad, you know?
Early onset Jim.
It's my early onset Jim. Because he's just like, God, and I'm like, man, am I just gonna start forgetting stuff lately, you know? And
yes.
Because that's what he does. Like, he just.
Well, isn't he like 70?
Dude, he's like 80 plus. He's like 81, dude.
Oh, okay.
This week.
Well, then he's allowed to forget stuff.
He is.
That's his right.
But can I give you some examples?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is basically Mess with Jim, my stepdad time, where I give you Jimisms, things he says that I just go, oh, you're so old. Like, this is basically what it is. So last week he's been like, hey, I want to go shoot my new AR, and I'm like, yeah, man, I want to shoot mine too. Yeah. And so he's like, well, he goes, let me know when you can go. And so I text him on Wednesday night of last week, and I say, hey, I'm available Friday. Let's roll. I don't hear nothing back from him. Next day comes, like it's like 1 o'clock. I don't hear nothing from him. So I'm like, well, typically if I don't hear anything, I gotta call him, okay? Because it's either he forgot how to use his phone, or he's lost it or something like that. So. And so first I call his cell phone. I call his cell phone, the one I text, just to make sure he didn't lose it. And he answers. Mm-hmm. And he's like, hey. And I go, hey, man, what's up? Nothing. I say, hey, we going shooting tomorrow? He goes, you want to go tomorrow? I go, yeah, dude. I messaged you last night. And he goes, you did? All right. He's on his cell phone. I go, yeah, I texted you last night. He goes, let me find my phone real quick. To which I say, Jim, you're on your phone. And he goes, oh yeah, I am. Hold on. Yep, there it is. I don't know why I didn't see it. I'm like, I got some suspicion why you didn't see it. So didn't even know where your phone was and you were on it. So yeah. And then, so that was just like the first thing, and then the second thing, which is only two things that happened, other than him, you get, your dad's getting old when you have to start loading his gun for him, but whatever. Ooh, yeah. Here, let me get that for you, Dad. He's in his 80s. He's allowed to do that kind of stuff. Yeah. So, yeah, put your bullets in backwards. No big deal.
Why, if you can't keep track of his phone, are you encouraging him to utilize firearms? This is like a hate crime waiting to happen.
You want to know the truth?
So, yeah, because it's hilarious.
Makes me laugh. Makes me laugh. It's funny. Because the thing is, if I wasn't there to help load his gun, he would have sent it back to the manufacturer going, it's broken! It's broken! Nice. No, man, you just gotta get the magazine in there, brother. So anyways, we get done shooting on Friday, and we're like driving back we're driving back home to his house. Like, I drove to his house, and then we took his car, because he's got like, a super nice car, whatever. Yeah. So we get back to his house, and he goes like this. He goes, who's at my house? Who parked their car in my driveway? And I'm like, that's my car, Jim. He goes, what? That's your car? Yeah, it was there when we left. Huh. And I'm like, oh no. Isaac, you're so old.
How long have you had the Mazda?
Like,
You've had it for a couple years, right?
a year and a half or so, maybe a little longer.
Yeah, so he's seen it.
He's seen it many times. That's your car? Yeah. Huh. Like, say, he kind of does like a, huh, like he's like surprised. Like, really? Yeah, man. Yeah. Let's say.
Hey, once you get so many kids, once you live so long, I mean, you only got space in your head for so many concerns.
Yeah.
And your stepson's car, what model they drive, that isn't going to be a concern of yours. You're just gonna file that in the I don't care compartment.
But he started getting angry. He started getting angry when he sees my car in the driveway. He's like, bruh, whose car? Who parked in my driveway? Who's at my house? It's me, Jim. What?
Yeah.
What? It's me.
So you think that your midlife grumpiness might have been passed on to you from Jim?
Early onset Jim.
It to you?
Early onset Jim. Early onset Jim.
You gotta be careful about that stuff, man.
I know. I'm gonna talk to the doctor about it. I'm pretty worried here. I'm gonna turn out like my stepdad. What are you talking about? Well, I'm really grumpy lately. Kind of want to I don't want to talk to anybody at times. I just want to punch everybody in the face when they say stupid stuff. Is that normal?
Yeah, for a guy, yeah, it's very normal.
Okay.
It's like the standard.
All right. That is the standard.
It's actually how you know you're doing well.
Modus operandum.
Yeah. It's how you know that you've got an appropriate amount of testosterone in your system.
Really?
If you're just wandering around with hate in your heart. That's how you do it.
You just gotta get all that hate up in your heart and let it go. Let that hate out for the world to know. What?
I think this can be a sermon series for you, you know.
Yeah, probably.
Showing people and sharing the importance of expressing all the hatred that's deep down in your soul.
It goes totally against everything I've been preaching about.
Well, yeah. But you'll find out if people were listening this time. Know what I'm saying? If you do the opposite this week of what you done last week, and nobody says anything, then you know nobody's listening.
Yeah.
Or they might just think that you're nuts, which is a distinct possibility. I mean, it's out there. That could be what's going on. Hey,
what did you think about my? Listen, we're not going to talk about details on the air, but what did you think about my idea last night that I sent you?
I say go for it.
Does it sound funny?
Yeah.
It's all centered around best friends, you know, and it's just like one's super smart, one's super dumb, and the dumb one's doing stuff and it actually works. You know?
I like it. And you need to combine that with the smart guy, nothing that he does.
Yes, yeah, he's all like...
Yeah, that's the combination.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah.
Because that is...
He knows everything that's going on. He knows what's happening. But for some reason, the dumb guy is super lucky. Like, super lucky. And, like, it's like the apocalypse is happening, but the dumb guy is going to survive. But the smart guy is like, I don't know what's going on here, you know? But it's like a buddy film. It's like a buddy film, buddy book type thing.
I love it.
Yeah, man.
Work it up.
Dude, you need to write it with me. Because you're really smart. And come up with smart stuff to say.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll send you some smart things, and then you can incorporate them into whatever you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You say
obviously, the characters are based off you and I. Okay. Obviously.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you.
It's funny because you're all like, you know, I was gonna be like, you know, I was wondering if you were gonna ask me like, hey, who's the smart one and who's the dumb one? But for some reason, Martin, you didn't ask me that question.
No, I didn't. No.
You suck. I was sitting there going, I wonder if he's gonna ask me like who's the smart one, who's the dumb
because
one.
If you ask, you know which one you are. That's why you don't ask.
Yeah. So which one am I supposed to be, Justin? Like,
then I get to be lucky, which would be nice.
And you know what though? No. This will be the funny thing. Like, because like I know we're speaking in riddles here, okay?
Yeah.
But the smart one is because you know what the context of it.
Yeah.
The smart one struggles in what they do, but the really dumb one is very successful. It's just very successful. And I think if I play it up that way, it'll be even funnier.
Well, what would you rather be like in actual life? what would you rather be? Would you rather be really intelligent and insightful, or would you rather be really lucky?
I don't know. I don't have either one of them, so I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what either one of them feels like because I'm definitely not lucky and I'm definitely not very insightful. So
I'm thinking that I would prefer to be really lucky.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, because even if you don't understand what's going on, which you probably wouldn't in this scenario, you still have all the benefits of being lucky.
Yeah.
If you're just really insightful, then you can sit back and be like, man, everything, I'm not particularly lucky and I'm just miserable all the time.
Yeah.
And then you could just be sitting there thinking about all of your, misery and all of your failures in life and all that sort of stuff. That just doesn't seem very good. I'd much rather be lucky than insightful.
Afterwards, I'm gonna give you after we get done recording. I'm gonna tell you more ideas that I had. Okay.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna start writing these down. I have like a diary. I'm writing everything down. And Faye, I told my idea to Faye, and she goes, "You need to do it. Do it."
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I just figured out what your blog can be too. Your blog can be a combination of all of your grumpiness, right? Mm-hmm. Mixed in with the process of you working on this writing project.
Well, here's the thing.
So you blog about you writing something else. That, I think, is a great blog idea.
That's true. That's not a bad idea. So, but
and then you got a record of all the different things you thought
every
of.
day. I have to do a little bit every day. So
just write a sentence a day.
Yeah.
A line here, a line there. That's how stuff
gets
done,
jokes,
little by little.
Because it's going to be a comedy, obviously. It's comedy. Yeah. Okay?
Yeah.
And
end of the world kind of stuff.
Yeah, end of the world kind of comedy stuff. That's funny stuff, man.
It's working for Last Man on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's right there.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It worked for Zombieland.
Now, it's not that far into end of the world stuff. Now, it might go into that, but it's kind of at the beginning of the end of the world stuff.
The beginning of the end.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So
we still
more
have
Shaun
our
of the
iPhones.
Dead.
We still have our iPhones and all technology, so we're good to go.
Well, yeah, I don't know that I'd want to live in the world without the iPhone anymore. Once you've gotten one, you just never want to go back.
I've known people that have had the iPhone, and then they went to another phone after that.
Uh-huh.
And I don't get it.
I mean,
and they're all like, "It's not that bad," and I'm like, "It's not that good either, man."
If the way you describe it is not that bad, it tells you something.
Yeah. Or they'll be like, or they'll say it this way, or they'll say, "I actually kind of like it." You're like, "Wait, actually kind of like it, or do you like it?" I really like it. Actually, kind of like it. Really,
I buy it from the folks who want to do things like overclock their phone, or they want to jailbreak it so they can do stupid things with it, or if if you're a techie person, I don't know, but I've heard of people doing different things to their phone to get a little bit more performance out of them or whatever. But I'm just like a casual user.
I got a tablet at the church that's an Android tablet.
Yeah.
Man, I just want to throw that thing through the window. That thing ticks me off so bad.
It'll make it work better.
I just want to punch it and break it. I want to break it over my knee. Listen, here. You want to know how bad an Android tablet is? I'm going to tell you how bad. All right?
Tell me how bad.
So, here's the deal. I lost this tablet 2 months ago.
Okay.
And by lost, I mean Dana and I were in the sound booth, and I left it in the sound booth. Came back the next day after some people used our church, and it was gone. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure someone took it, and I'm pretty sure I know who it is. But I'm not gonna go pointing fingers or anything like that because it's not worth my time really. And like I said, I freaking hated the thing anyways. It sucks so bad.
Yeah.
And this was 2 months ago, and you know how I know it sucks?
Huh?
They brought it back.
Are you sure that it wasn't just somebody accidentally took it and then they realized that they had it, so then they brought it back?
You know what? I'd like to think that. I'd like to think that was the case, but the truth is they probably took it thinking, free tablet, and they're like, man, this thing sucks. I'm giving it back. Hey, and they even called and told us, like, hey, we found your tablet on Sunday. And I was like, yeah, like 2 months ago, but whatever. I don't care. Well, we're going to bring it back. We're going to leave it here. I was like, and they left it right where they found it. They left it right where they found it. And I was like, man, this thing really sucks.
So you want somebody in control of the Junkmaster 2000.
Yeah, it doesn't track my junk anymore.
Junk Tracker, sorry. The Junk Tracker 2000.
It doesn't track my junk anymore. Just so you know, Martin, I fixed the settings.
You fixed it?
Yeah, well, for some reason,
junk.
Dana had it tracking my junk. And,
yes.
And
you changed the settings from junk to face.
I took the junk tracking off of it. I was like, let's not track my junk anymore. Because
it's one of the options on it. It's very technologically advanced.
Yeah.
The Junk Tracker 2000.
Track face, track hands, track junk. Whoa, what?
Whoa.
Hello.
That shouldn't have been clicked.
Why was this clicked, Dana?
Remove that check mark.
We need to update the firmware or something. What's going on here?